A new theme incoming for LEGO, with two products coming our way very soon, kindly sent to me by LEGO for this review. The matching colors on the boxes kinda give away the theme vibe, even though they're two very different products, the LEGO Message Board and the LEGO Travel Moments, with families and cooperative building at their core as advertised in the packaging. The LEGO Message Board is an interesting concept made out of an insane amount of pieces, mostly white and dark tan, that lets you create your own messages to display around the house. In a bit of a confusing manner, the building instructions show you different configurations of displays of pre-thought-of messages that at their core rely on a technique base, as we can better see on the backs of these two displays I built as examples, held up with simple fit builds, so to speak, to which you then connect all of the different characters and symbols one by one. The typography on this is actually kinda great, being done with interesting combinations of elements to nail every possible letter on the alphabet, numbers, special characters and more, that you can build following these 4 leaflets included in the set in easy 3-step builds. While trying to build custom messages of my own, navigating these was a bit of a mess until I found out they're actually organized alphabetically, including a few extra characters at the end for other languages, and on their backs, numbers, punctuation marks and more that should cover most of what people would need to build for. But again, I can't stress enough how not practical it is to use these to build custom messages. A small instruction booklet would have worked a lot better for this. Actually building all of these was also chaotic, as there's no numbered bags and I had to dump over 1700 pieces on the table to get started, which brought back some interesting memories from my childhood. Given the nature of the build and the fact that there's lots of different things you might want to write, even after doing the main message showcased on the box and a sneaky one of my own, there's still all of these leftover pieces, which is kind of insane. On top of that, there's these 3x3 round tiles included with a few fun stickers to go with them that you can add to your messages given the different studs laid out everywhere in the characters, that I actually decided not to apply at this point in time, as I feel there's a mismatch of the serious look of the message board given the overall dark color scheme and the smiley faces here. Had the backgrounds of the letters been colorful and not tan, maybe these would have made more sense in my opinion. The whole thing just feels a bit weird to me personally, and I am a bit underwhelmed by this product, but maybe I lack the vision to see the greater picture here. Value wise though, I wish we could see this kind of pricing in other areas of the LEGO company, as this 1700 piece LEGO model will retail for just $100, which is solid. Depending on how popular these may or may not become, with discounts on top you'd get yourself an amazing part spec if you're not remotely interested in this set's concept at all. In all fairness, the thing is cute and can certainly bring an interesting piece of decor into people's homes, and I'm sure LEGO did their research to come up with a certain demographic to whom this kind of concept would appeal to. Personally though, I don't see it. The LEGO Travel Moments is the other product of this seemingly new LEGO theme, supposedly inspired by the winning build featured in Season 4 finale of LEGO Masters US. The product page on LEGO's website even shows the LEGO Masters logo on the box in the corner there and mentions the winning team of Robert and Chris, aka Duckbricks on YouTube, I had the pleasure of meeting on multiple occasions now. But when I mean supposedly, I don't do it in a condescending type of way, but more of a what's going on type of deal, because as you can see, my European shipped LEGO box, I'm assuming, does not have the LEGO Masters logo in it. There's no mention of LEGO Masters, Chris or Robert in any of the 5 included instruction booklets, and when changing regions on LEGO's website, the LEGO Masters reference is gone, even though the box picture still features the logo, so yeah, what's the deal about that? Focusing on the set itself now, we are greeted with a neat looking world map, which honestly could have done slightly better with some of these land masses with the use of opposing wedge plates or something to avoid some of the square and pixelated look of some areas. But even with that, I still like the looks of the whole thing. The base is very sturdy and surprisingly enough not done with those large pieces from art sets, as we can see from the very colorful back. These special hanging elements are here, so you have the option of displaying these on a wall if you'd like. There's a bunch of printed tiles to go with the thing, 3 different ones for you to set your home location, and then the travel bags and cameras to highlight the places you've been to in the world, which is kinda cute. Being the small elements that they are, these are extras, meaning you actually have 2 home tiles that could be useful for some people. On top of the map build itself, there's a few extras in the form of micro-scaled vehicles, and since the whole gist of the set is about travel, it kinda makes sense, though there's really no place to put these on the map or ways to connect them, so bear that in mind. There's a cruiser ship, a caravan, a train I think, and a car with a camper. The weirdly colored wheel rims on these are a nod to a color choice done by the LEGO Masters contestants on their winning build, which is cool if you know the history of it, but really awkward if you don't. And there's an airliner, again inspired by the LEGO Masters winning build, which I was not expecting to be this big just looking at the box images. The shaping of the nose is a bit weird, but I did like the techniques used for angling the wings. And do you see the decorations on these sides? All prints, which is kind of insane and probably one of the reasons for this set's major downside, but more on that later on. There's this stand for the plane which allows some movement and different angles, and even inside its base we find 4 extra nods to travel in the form of these LEGO pieces. On top of that there's this 2x4 opalescent brick just because, which is cool and quite rare to see in LEGO sets, so I'm happy. Finally there's also this assembly here, a photo holder that you can head to the top of your map for you to include pictures of your travel moments if you wish. But like the Ideas family tree, while not necessarily getting in the way of appreciating the main model, which was an issue for me in that one, still requires you to use very small sized photos if you'd like to appreciate them in full, as they will get on top of each other, which feels less than ideal when you want to display photos, right? Again, it's a bit of a weird product if I'm being honest. I love the world map part of it. It would have been a super popular thing if it was sold on its own, but all of these extras are having too much extra cost to the whole thing and are things that, for the vehicles at least, can't really be displayed on the map and don't feel good enough to be displayed by themselves, except for maybe the airplane. I mentioned the extra cost, remember that? Fasten your seatbelts as we're approaching some turbulence. With little over 1,200 pieces, this set will retail for $150. What? There's no IP partners requiring a fee, I would assume, except for maybe LEGO Masters rights for the American version of the box. I didn't spot new elements, and usually color changes and prints shouldn't drive the retail price of a LEGO set that high. If this was Star Wars or Marvel, I would still complain, but could understand it a little. This one, I do not. $100 to $120 would be fair, not $150. And just because I don't get it, it doesn't mean it isn't good. And there's definitely some good stuff about it. Chris and Robert are probably very proud of their achievement, and I'm really happy for them for having inspired the making of this product. But that price isn't really working. The concept is on paper good, but not great, and I'm still bothered by the fact that it's only giving the LEGO Masters credit in some parts of the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.